Time for a car talk. What should we talk about? I don't know, we'll think of something. No pomegranate. I don't know if any of you seen that meme. It's like this teacher angry. She talks about the pomegranate. I don't know. Kind of want to have like a fun car talk today. Sometimes I want to go hiking. You know, climb the largest waterfall in the world without any ropes. I don't. Well, sometimes I go hiking. Rarely these days. I used to go out at night and hike a lot more. Usually alone. And usually like way at night. Off trail. In the cold. Kinda creepy. Honestly. Just can't remember like the toughest thing out there. Besides like a mountain lion. Or a bear. Or a wolf. Or a determined raccoon. Bunch of squirrels maybe. Rabies virus. Yeah, that's crazy thing. I almost just live out there in nature. We built houses down like cowards. Some of them built like holes in the ground. Still, I mean, like, you know, a house versus a hole in the ground, huge difference. The evolutionary groundwork for mammals was kind of laid during the Great Dying, was it? Or no? There's an extinction event before, you know, what was it, Jurassic extinction event or Triassic? I think at the end of the Triassic, I forget like which period came which. There's the Cretaceous, the Triassic, and Jurassic are the era of the dinosaur age, right? It was like from 210 million years ago to 65 million years ago. I think. Might be wrong on that. But anyways, the groundwork for the evolution of mammals occurred during a time when, you know, our supercontinent was breaking up, and there was volcanoes and droughts and not a lot of good places to live. We kind of hunkered down in burrows, or little tiny reptiles, warm-blooded reptiles, you know, hunkered down in burrows. And they had to be warm-blooded, because if they're cold-blooded and there's no sun, or you're trapped in the ground for a long period of time, you're not going to do very well, right? Are there even any cold-blooded animals that burrow? I don't think so. Yeah, but that's kind of when the mammal really came around. You know, just a tiny little creature burrowed in. You know, and diversified over time. Before that, though, you had seen like more mammal-like traits occur. You know, so you saw like warm-blooded creatures. Or we share a common ancestor, I believe. We share a common ancestor with avians. That is a warm-blooded creature. And that was before, like, even, you know, the dinosaurs were around. So like a warm-blooded lizard, right? You know, over time, avians and mammals diversified and changed. Sometimes I wish I could go back in time. Sometimes, like, I wish I could just see what this place looked like before anyone discovered it, you know? You know, there's road here right now, but what was this place before this? You know, probably just a big open field. I don't think any of these trees would be here. These roads definitely wouldn't be. You know, you might be able to find a little creek somewhere with trees growing alongside it. That be it? That's it. Then there'd be, you know, some birds flying by. Maybe like goats or something. I don't know. Did they have goats in North America before the British? I assume so. Like some sort of goat. I know, like there had to have been like llamas or. Because then like the Mayans have like maybe not llama, but what's the other one? Mule or no? It had to be llamas. There's definitely deer. That's obvious, and bison. So there's probably some variant of a goat here. They even have deer in Europe, I think, right? That's just a North American animal, so. Even there are bears over there. But you know, coming to the New World, there would have been animals you would have found that would have been new types of animals. Like I think the beavers, North America specific. Could be wrong on that, don't quote me. Yeah. That's not like the first Europeans that I see like a kangaroo. This was pretty interesting. You know, like an Aborigine man, his first contact with civilization was when he observed a nuclear bomb go up, like a nuclear test in the, you know, Great Outback. Imagine just seeing that as a kid. Like, whoa. This would be pretty crazy. Stories about like uncontacted tribes meeting civilization are really interesting to me. Yep. Pick a lane, buddy. It's like. Occasionally you get that long to go play a video game. Or, you know. But I am one of those people that puts a lot on their plate and then chokes on it and gets stimulated. Or most of it. Kind of sucks waking up super early, going to work, pay for education you don't really value. You know, at least I'm not like, you know, 13th century peasant. I mean, you know, I've got, like, if I wanted to, you know, I could live a lazy life and just play video games all the time. You know, and do the minimum at work. Survive. It wouldn't be difficult. But I have recursive greed. You see, I just want everything ever. I don't sometimes you can't have two things at once though. That kind of sucks. But, I guess the lesson is just to be happy with what you can get. The benefits of wealth. I think it's a lot easier to do stuff if you got like a team of people you can kind of command. They can help you get ready and stuff. You can bounce ideas off them. They can do some of like the more laborious work. Your intellectual genius does its own thing. Well, here's the thing. I think, if you're really like the type of person that should be telling what other people what to do, you also have to know what types of things, or what if you're that person being told what to do, you have to know how to do the thing you're being told what to do, generally. You have to have some concept of it, You can't just be like a rich guy who's all like, well, go build a skyscraper, You have to understand all the limitations and you have to provide specifics. And I would personally want to kind of think out myself. Or do I have like a team of people that we all cat out together? I could look over some of us and monitor and see what they're doing. Give my opinion. If you really want to do something big, you eventually have to get a team of people together. There's only really so much an individual can do on their own. And this is quite obvious, I think even just like a team of 2 or 3 people can do a lot. I think, you can keep a higher motivation. You can generally get better results with a team of 2 to 3. It's like a small team, it's only like you and a partner. But I think, it's really good for motivation, enthusiasm. It's kind of I think one of the bigger challenges in life, especially if you kind of want to go over to a higher level of entrepreneurship, is finding a good business partner. And this doesn't have to be just about entrepreneurship. Generally in life you want to find good people to work with. I think once you do that, it gets really easy to succeed. For example, if I had another person who was like me when I was playing Battlefield, the enemy team would have stand a chance. Because we would use teamwork. We could kill all of them, all 12 of them. Battlefield's like a 12 match. If there was just 2 of us, the 2 of us could take on the 12. 2 of me could take on 12 of them. I honestly think so. The average player, rank 140. Yeah, I'd be down for that. But 2 people versus 12. It's such a giant power dynamic. Just because of coordinated teamwork. That's why I hate playing against clans on Battlefield. So in Battlefield, I always get all an entire clan basically puts on one team with a few randoms. So say the clan, 6 people are playing. Half of them are on one team. And then, there's some random guys, but they don't really influence the match too much. And then there's the rest of your team, and none of you guys are talking to each other of any, strategic plan just, kind of organized chaos in a way, versus organized. It's not going to be an easy victory at all. The clan will usually win, and they'll usually be jerks about it. They usually, they'll help each other out, they steal all your stuff. Super annoying. It's kind of hard to fight on, an army of people by yourself. That's what it feels like, though, Yeah, but I think this also applies to, trying to find, a good partner in life to do things with. So, generally, humans like to date each other and have mates and stuff, right? I think if you can find, a great mate early on, I think it really sets you up for a great life. Definitely a happy one. But, what would, my ideal girl be like right now, if I had to go, with a girl for life, right? It'd probably be someone, with engineering interests, just like me. I'm not talking about personal qualities I'm looking for. The personal quality would be likes my jokes. Really good engineer girlfriend, double income, no kids. That'd be super OP, And I think about how much more money that is. Once you can take care of your basics of survival, how much do you really need to survive In my opinion, it's probably less than $20,000 if you're doing it right. Per person, if you're one roommate who's your partner, right? So if you both get $60K jobs right out of college, and you live relatively cheaply, that's $80,000 a year you're making. You do that for 3 years, you have $240,000 saved up. The dividend at 10% gain, or if you invest it appropriately and get a 10% gain, that's $24,000 a year. Just off 3 years of work. Wait, I did the math wrong. If you get, I did the math right. $24,000. That's what someone off minimum wage would make working there in an entire year. If you can make that in capital gains, huge. That's just 3 years, right? If you just use that money to pay for a vacation, let's say you just put $240 away, and then you never save any money after that, you can live a luxurious life and have a really kick-ass vacation every year. We're talking imagine the type of vacation you get for $24,000 for 2 people. First class, you want it, you got it. It's only $2,000 a ticket someplace. You have to go back and forth. So you can ride first class across the ocean, international, and back, no problem. You can rent a hotel, a nice hotel room for over a month with that type of money. That's what some people live off in a whole year, right? So to me, that sounds a little kind of low to live off of all that, only $24,000. If you got roommates and stuff, it gets easier. I think ideally, what your goal should be is to kind of pay off at least your living expenses within the first week of work of a month. So every month you spend 25% just on living expenses. Now I'm kind of an overachiever, so I want to spend 25% on everything I need. That might be a little bit too much. With the starting salary of $60K a year. It depends on where you live too, and who you live with, all that. Honestly, I think I might make it out CU engineering with a bachelor's degree, plus my work experience. I think there'll be pretty good prospects at a lot of companies. Like, I think I could maybe not easily is the word, but it wouldn't be really that difficult to get a $60,000 starting job. It was just a bachelor's in engineering from CU. And like engineers are in short supply anyways, so here's like the annoying thing about like engineering is that even if they were in high supply, there's first a lack of natural talent. Second, that natural talent, I think personally actually tends to get discriminated against in higher ed. So look at that, you got two problems right off the bat. So there's lack of natural talent. Natural talent does get discriminated against. And then, you know, even like mediocre talent doesn't really tend to get through a lot of like engineering schools, you know. And then that engineering talent is poorly utilized. It is crazy how like the barriers to entry we have for engineers are just like way too high. Because like first off, I get there's going to be natural barriers in just trying to understand the you know, physical world, right? But it seems like a lot of like the applications we should have engineers working on definitely do not require excessive education. So you know, optimizing a car, you know, like I honestly think like the engineering for a car, the average engineer who works on a car should get maybe like 2 years of education in like the design process of a car, or even the manufacturing of a car, right? I think, you know, 2 years on average might even be a little bit overkill for that. So why is it 4 years? You know, a car is like a super complex product. And I'm coming out with a statistic I just made up, but I think it'll hold true. Probably actually be lower. That you only really need 2 years of dedicated learning to be able to do this well. You know? I mean, like, I might be like oversimplifying things here, but you know, if you divide like the different types of components in the car by specialization, so for example, electrical, mechanical, and that's mostly it for a car. I guess aerodynamics. I feel like aerodynamics isn't really that difficult though. Like, I don't think you need like a complex model of a car. Like, here's the thing. All these like complex models in science and tools we use to evaluate designs, they're really more for optimization of an already good design. So you should understand what would make a good design, and then you use your tools to optimize this. You're like, okay, is it going to be like a 30-degree cutoff or a 35-degree cutoff, you know? And that's like marginal improvement. But the core design of like a good car is not going to be reliant necessarily off of how someone uses the tools to, like, you know, design an optimal car. You know, they have to understand like the basics of like car design or something. So like, you know, how much volume do you need in a cylinder of a gas engine, right? You know, you can do the math to figure it out, but generally, you know, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to train an engineer. What they should kind of ballpark it for, you know, machine should be jobs. I mean, you know, it's got to have 4 wheels. Like, I don't really think engineering a car is super difficult. Now this might be because I'm from the future, you know. And look at like how simple like the early cars were, and all we're just doing is continuing on that. And I think it's more that there's a lot of nuance to engineering a car than actual difficult problems that, you know, require serious intellect to be solved. You know, well, cars are a well-understood field, you know, so like you're definitely gonna need highly educated people whenever you're making innovations in, you know, on new fields, right? But for like a lot of mechanical optimization, you know, just building simple robots to help do simple jobs, I think we don't have enough talent or resources allocated to that. And I think society would greatly benefit if we could figure that out. How would we do that? I don't know. Companies gotta be like more lenient on the type of people they accept, I guess. Engineers are. There needs to be more like an emphasis, just in general in society. Like, people have to want to have a dream of just making life better. Because if they want to do that, it will get better eventually. Or, well, they have to know how to do it too a little bit. Otherwise, they end up being Bernie Sanders-ish. I don't get this. Bernie Sanders, why are you driving Tesla if you love the environment so much? Because of the UAW, United Auto Workers Union. Or, is that right? UAW? Yeah, United Auto Workers. Union of Auto Workers. I think it's the Union of Auto Workers, actually. Terrible union. Probably the worst union out there is the UAW. I mean, the only thing that might be worse than the UAW, in terms of like the impact it has negatively on society, is the teachers union. I think the teachers union has more of a negative impact on society than the UAW. But the UAW definitely has a oh god. Both of these cars are really terribly parked. Crammed in here. Nope, we made it. Yeah, I think the teachers union has a more negative impact on society because just kind of tainting the well of education. I have to fly out to Chicago to learn how to teach English to people who barely speak it. That's what my old English teacher sounds like to me. Don't you love me? I help the minority kids. I hate like white people who's like, or like especially like white girl teachers who think they're that one lady teacher from like there's a heavy Hispanic population in my school, but it's not like bad, they're mostly just kind of like normal people, it's not like they're gang people or anything, right? And just watching like this rich white teacher, come in and acting like such a saint because she's out here teaching all the poor brown kids, and it's just so over the top and stupid. This isn't Stand and Deliver. This is this is Skyline High School. It's not that bad. But this isn't Los Angeles. Jesus Christ, some people are so like, we don't have gangs in my town. They're just normal Mexican kids or of Mexican descent. Anyways, I hope that didn't sound too preachy or racist or anything.